Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Boy, it's hot in here today.
It's really hot.
Oh
Hi,
my. Hello,
Facebook.
everybody.
How are you?
Oh boy.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
And don't adjust your computer because we are actually live.
We are live.
Yes.
And, like people, we're talking. So
We're talking,
we are
we're
live.
moving. You put that on silent. I don't want my phone dinging in the background.
Okay. So, today was an interesting day.
Yeah.
Because when I got up this morning, well, actually last night I sent a message to one of the guests that I wanted to have on. I was all excited about it. And then I heard from that guest, and she said she couldn't make it because she lives in another country and the time wouldn't match. It wasn't a good time. So I said, we have no guest for today.
Oh, tisk tisk. You should have never said anything.
No guest for today, so
Hey,
I'm gonna have to go and look.
Yeah.
This thing's falling out.
Mm-hmm.
And look for guests.
Yeah, for today. Yeah.
And
so I had inadvertently, well, not inadvertently, I shouldn't say that. I was trying to upload a large file to my Google Drive, to my regular Google Drive. And so I have two Google accounts, one that we share and one that's just my personal Google account. And neither one of them would accept the file because it was too large. So I said, you know what, let me try the Google account for Tweed Talks because we started our own email and YouTube. So you know how you do that. You have to make a Gmail. So I was like, let me try Tweed Talks. So I did, was able to upload it and send it to the person who was expecting it. And then we also started to send that email address out for business purposes. So
well, for the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, I wake up this morning to 13 emails for Tweed Talks.
To be on
today. Today's show.
So if you didn't see my usual little promotion thing today, that's because I didn't get a chance to finish it because usually I know the people or they have an account and that we friend with, so that's how I do it.
Right.
But this time I started finding out, oh my goodness. So I spent the whole day watching movies again.
Literally binge watching since this morning. I left the house, came back, and he was still sitting in the same spot.
I didn't move, and that's not like me. I always had to be doing something. I didn't even do Qigong today. I didn't even do Tai Chi. So I have to do after the show.
So we managed to schedule everyone. We have 5 guests on tonight. Two of them are coming at the same time.
Oh yeah, 5 guests. Yes.
4 or 5 guests for tomorrow, and then Friday I think we have 6. We have 6 guests, and we just sort of broke it down into segments. 10, 15, or 20-minute segments. Because we really believe that these people, they need an avenue to spread the word about their project.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who has worked in the film industry for many years, if you're not Hollywood, you are basically your own promoter and you have to push. So any way that you can connect with someone to help you get the word out about your project, I believe that you should explore that. So thank you once again to Demetrius Angelo, because he's like, hey guys, tomorrow night, Tweed Talks, here's the email. And so we just got blown up. And actually, we got everyone scheduled, but then we got 2 more emails today, later on in the afternoon, about 2 more guests that we will have on at a later date. So it's going to be great.
Yes, it's going to be busy this week.
Yeah.
We're going to have all sorts of interesting people. Some of them are script writers.
Yeah.
And some of them just made the first film, which is always interesting to me because I always want to know how they came up with the idea.
Yeah, like with Eric yesterday. We had him on, Eric Zoa.
That was awesome. we want to thank all the guests that are coming on because they all have been good.
Yeah.
And they all had dropped a little nugget, you know, of, you know, that will help somebody else. It's like going to church, testimony.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So when people think that it's hard and that they got to give up, because every single guest that we had has some difficulty with a project, and yet they finish it, and at the end, it's like, that's...
Eric's story was really funny yesterday about how everything was going wrong. Lost the director.
6
days before shoot day one.
And yeah, that's has happened.
You know, I feel like if that would happen on a project that I was doing, I would lose my mind, and you would be like like, don't worry, it'll be okay. Yeah. And I would be mad at you for first for saying that. You were always calm in the middle of the storm. So tonight, in a few minutes, yes, we have a couple more minutes. Leslie Peterson is coming in from the film Bloody Finch. And then at 8:20, Elmar Beyram is coming in, director of the short film Let Me Run. Then we're at 8:30, we're having Bryce Wang, and Bryce is actually bringing the actor on from his film that won Best Actor.
Yes.
Feature film. And then to end the night, we have Chris Washington, who wrote a few screenplays. So we have several guests coming on tonight. I'm very excited to try this out. So, so it looks like we just had Leslie come into the studio. So, you know, we're not even going to wait. We're going to bring him in right now. We're going to let him chat about
it's going to be tight.
Chat about the film Bloody Finch. So, Leslie, we're bringing you in right now, my friend.
We may have to adjust a little. Okay.
Hi there.
It's good. How are you all doing?
Very good.
Good.
Good. Welcome to Tweed Talk.
Thank you for having me.
So, are you sitting in a Home Depot?
Yes, I'm at Home Depot working.
Oh, okay. Hello to the people over there.
I hope you're on your break.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you on break?
No, I told them about the interview. I'm like, yo, I have an interview. I got to go. So they respect that because they know what I do. So they respect that.
Awesome.
We won't keep you too long. You also do personal training, right?
Yeah, I'm a personal trainer, and I also compete in jiu-jitsu.
Yes, I saw.
Yeah, so I do personal training, and I compete in jiu-jitsu, and work here, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The only reason why I go to Home Depot is because of the smell. I love the smell.
I don't even know how she was able to tell that you were there. You know, you spend a lot of time.
Maybe because the orange shelf. Maybe the orange and the towels. Maybe.
The orange shelf gave it away.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have you on because of your movie, and I saw the movie actually.
Oh wow, thanks.
Which is martial art, which is one of my favorite things.
Thanks. Well, actually, I was only training for 5 months, but in total for me to start training, like ever going to a stunt school, period. And so after my first month, because I was going constantly, like whether it was raining or whatever, I kept going. So my instructor at that time, which was Jerry Kirby, he asked me, do I want to do like a short film with another co-actor, Ahmad? And I'm like, yes. So we trained the choreo for 3 months. Then after that, then we just went to it.
That's amazing.
Yes, but now I'm going to a stunt school in New Rochelle and Chaz Mendez. He's the coach there, and those are some phenomenal stunt actors that go there. They're really good.
Of course. So Leslie is referring to the film Bloody Finch that he was in, directed by Brian McNulty. And tell us about your nomination
Okay. Actually, this is funny. Last year, I was just attending the Urban Film Festival. I
Oh,
shot the movie. I shot the movie, but it wasn't finished being edited. So
Mhm.
there's a couple of guys that was there that I know. So I was just walking around. I spoke to Michael Jai White, Fred the Hammer Williamson, and people like that. So now I'm nominated. I mean, that's great. Between a year, that's a big difference. And
mhm.
the Urban Film Festival was the fourth festival that I submitted to.
Mhm.
So far I won two awards already, and I've been nominated. So for Urban Film Festival to nominate my movie is, I
Yes.
mean, for
Mhm.
me it's a big deal because
Of
Mhm.
course.
Of
Of
course,
course.
yeah.
yes.
So, what did you think of the film festival when you went last year? I know it's completely changed because everything is online, but what did you think about the festival last year?
The festival last year was good. It's like almost the same setup. They had the cosplay. They had like stunt actors and stuff doing the same thing. They had I think last year they had a lot of like Black Lightning, I believe, was there last year. I'm
Yes,
thinking. Yes,
yes.
and and Michael Jai White, of course, and
Hmm.
the Warriors cast and whatever. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really good, and that was my first festival going to. Period. Rather, I
Wow.
entered. Yes, so yes, and I found out by the same stunt guy that I was talking to a year before I ever met. We were just talking messenger. I never
Right.
seen him until I went to the Urban Film Festival. After a whole year of us talking, so that was
Yeah,
good. Yes,
yeah. You
yes,
meet a lot of people there. You meet
yes,
a lot of people,
and
make a lot of connection.
yes, and the thing about this, the film was finished editing in January. But you
Hmm.
know how editing, how film being edited can go.
Yep.
It can leave out a lot of stuff that wasn't
Yep.
in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just sitting with the movie. We were just sitting with the movie. I didn't know what to do. I was like, because I was thinking it had to be at least 30 minutes because I
Hmm.
didn't
Hmm.
know that they had on short like 5 and
Hmm.
under 30 minutes. I didn't know anything about that. So
Hmm.
so the same guy that went to the Urban Film Festival last year, he entered the Mega Fest, the one that's in Vegas. So I had, and that's the main person I was going to for advice. And he was like,
Hmm.
you should try to submit it. So I submitted and they accepted. But it was
Hmm.
canceled because of the COVID. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Along with many
yeah,
others.
many,
Hmm.
yeah, all of them. So I just kept submitting. But two of the festivals I wasn't selected, but it didn't stop me for keep going. It didn't
Hmm.
stop
Right.
me for keep going.
Right.
You got to keep going.
That seems to be the the same thing that everyone else is saying. They talk about their perseverance, in trying to make a project because it's not easy.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
not easy, especially when you're trying to get, you have a lot of people that are working with low budget projects. So they're trying to get friends to come in and people to come in. And a lot of times when you say it's a low budget, they're like, oh, no, we're not going to help you instead of trying to understand your vision and the craft that you're trying to do. And it's like a project of love. It's a love project. So,
Hmm.
Exactly,
you got to put your very best in.
exactly. But last night they was talking about stunt performers, and I was
Hmm.
very surprised because, like I said, I started last April, so a lot of stuff I don't know about, the stunt performers as a collective
Right.
group. So when they was telling me that, I was shocked. I was very shocked.
Mhm.
Because even at my stunt school where I go at, there's only like maybe four,
Okay.
minorities, and the rest of them, is white,
Right.
whatever. So
Okay, so you're referring to like the panel they had when
yeah,
Right.
they were
yeah, the
minority.
panel for last night. Yes, it was a very good panel. I liked that panel.
Yeah, we were able to catch maybe like the last 20-25 minutes of it, and just the comments alone and the feedback. We know several of the actors that were on the panel,
Right.
and they were dropping some real knowledge and interesting facts and inside information about the stunt performers in the industry and how there is a lack of people of color represented there.
Hmm.
Yes, and you know how they're gonna have us in the movie, you know.
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah.
it's all good, you know. So far it's been a good journey for me. I'm enjoying going to practice. Even at home, you know, you got to practice at home as well. You know, I got like a little setup at home. I'm training and go training at the school in New Rochelle at Chas Mendez. So I'm always training or working. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Leslie, where are you located?
I'm located in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay.
Yes,
Connecticut. Okay.
yes.
Mhm.
And
And
no, go ahead. Sorry.
and you planning on doing this to a bigger film or just?
Yes, to a bigger film.
Mhm.
Actually, I have another role coming up on the 21st, and it's
Mhm.
another fight scene. In this fight scene, I'm the main event fight in this fight
Mhm.
scene. So, yeah, so that's gonna be my third film since I started from last year to now.
Okay. I asked because I saw the ending of the short, and I was wondering where it was going from there.
Uh, yeah, but
I don't
but
want to give
that
it away, but you know,
no, actually that was the end. That was the
that
end
was
of
the end.
it. Yeah, yeah, that
Oh.
was the end. Cause this was actually when Jared made it, the movie for us, for me and Ahmed. He
Mhm.
didn't expect it for it to go like this. Cause I'm the
Mhm.
one that's pushing it forward. I'm pushing it forward. There's only me pushing it forward. But of course, you got to support the whole cast. So
Uh-huh.
everything. So every time I get nominated, I put this fight coordinator, the director, the stunt actor, and everything like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to get myself out there because I
Mhm.
feel like I got a lot to offer. I can do a lot of
Mm.
stuff. I could do stunts. I can do fight scenes. And not just kicking and punching. I could do judo throws, jujitsu
Mhm.
submission. I could do fight with weapons. So I feel like I have a lot to bring to the table. But for
Mhm.
right now, the only thing I'm getting is just fight scenes. But
Well,
I take
well,
Yeah.
whatever
let
come.
you are definitely in with a really good crowd. Demetrius and Urban Action, they are just an awesome organization to be affiliated with, no matter how, whether we're just doing interviews or you're submitting films and things like that. But you know what he's doing for the stunt and the action performer community is amazing.
Yes, because we do need a platform, and this platform is very good for anyone, not just the urban people, but people from all over. They could come and
Mhm.
showcase their talent, and I like that because I was the red carpet, and they had some people from England was there.
Mhm.
So that I was like, wow, this is very good.
Mhm.
Besides it being part of Warner Brothers and HBO, that's good too. But when you
Yes.
see everyone else besides the urban crowd join and
Mhm.
participating, that makes you feel good as well because everyone need an outlet, and this right here is
And
the
Absolutely.
perfect,
right.
and this is the perfect for action people, stunt people, whatever.
Everyone needs an outlet. I love
That's
that.
right.
I absolutely love that. Well, Leslie, we thank you so much for joining us. This is Leslie Peterson from the film Bloody Finch, directed by Brian McNulty. We
Yes.
have all of Leslie's social medias. We will post them when we post the video. It is in Film Block 3 on the website. So we will make sure we post that information and hope our viewers go and take a look at that short. Thank you for joining us, Leslie.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
You're
Thank
Have a
you.
welcome.
great night.
Thank
Hope
you
to see
for
y'all
having me.
again next year.
Yes,
Okay. We'll see you.
absolutely.
All right.
There
Take
you go.
care. Bye bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye
That
bye.
was cool. So he
Mm-hmm.
mentioned Warrior.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
because
got my Warrior shirt
you
on.
got your.
The
Yes,
Dimac.
that's right.
Dimac.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't get one for me.
You cannot
And
fit
just
an adult large.
look at this. Look at this. Look at this muscle. Look at this.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Daryl. Okay, so and let's see, who do we have coming in next? Elmar Beyram, director of the short film Let Me Run. And someone who we've mentioned on Tweed Talks a few times before, Grandmaster Alan Goldberg, was one of the producers on that
Yes, he's
film.
one of the producer. I think I saw him at the beginning of the film too.
Elo? Or
No, Grandmaster.
Grandmaster Goldberg. Oh, yes. Okay.
This is a very interesting film, and we're gonna wait until it comes on. But this was based on a true story.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't give too much.
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
That's why I keep stopping myself, because I want him to talk about it and how it came about. Also, Alex Lee, the choreography on this film. And we know him from Urban, and also from when we go to Alan Goldberg event. Yeah. Very flexible guy. Extremely flexible. Reminds me of when I was 12. Yeah, but it said he's older than 12.
This is I really feel like this is a way that we can share all these wonderful, talented people with our audience. And I love that, like you said before, I love the tidbits that people give. Everyone, and Leslie said everyone needs a platform, and that is absolutely right.
Well, that's one of the reasons we did this too, because we have so many friends that we want to actually get to show some other people, that some people don't know about these people, and they're so talented. And I think that if you not seeing these people, you're missing something.
And I really think you were bored from not working.
Well, I don't get bored easily. I always find something to do.
You do.
Yeah, but when we weren't going to work for 5-6 hours, I needed something else to do other than writing. I was in my head a lot, and I was thinking about a lot of things. And I think that this is just a good way to keep busy.
It really is. And, several of the guests that came on, they were always talking about how we need to stay connected. This was a really good way for people to stay connected and learn about new people that you didn't know about.
If you didn't go on the action, I can begin to, you have to go in there. And if you're on the film business, again, I can talk today. You definitely have to go in there, because there's a lot to learn.
So much.
There's a lot to learn, and listening to other people always help.
Yeah, and even we weren't able to catch the full panel last night, but even catching like the portion that we did was really, really amazing. They had some really awesome guests, and then we caught another panel that you were watching, and I was sort of looking over your shoulder. Billy Blanks was in the panel. Michael Jai White was in the panel. Right. Fred Williamson. He's got the cigar in his mouth. Who else was who else was in a panel that we watched a little bit of?
Well, the good thing is, I watched the Hangman.
The Hangman.
Which is I posted it on Facebook. Which is the story about the Black Dragon. Oh, look at this. Wow, I didn't even plan this. I swear that I didn't plan this. But this is Ron Van Cleef.
No way. Are you serious?
That's
I never knew that was him.
And me.
That is crazy. So Ron Van Cleef.
Yes.
He was in the
panel.
That is crazy.
They made the movie. It's funny that I'm sitting there, because I didn't even plan this.
That's crazy.
Oh, where is it?
So we were at the ceremony when Ron Van Cleef passed the mantle to Michael Jai White, and what an event that was. It was pretty awesome. And then you have all of them signing, the masters signing the, I want to say scroll, but that sounds very very biblical. It could be right, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
How come? Did you post that?
No, I did not.
You have to post that. Are you kidding me?
Well, the reason why I brought it here is because I was going to scan it and then post it. Because I don't think he even remembers that.
I mean, love how you guys
look
both
how
had
young I
hair
was.
in
We
that picture.
both had it pro, and now we both look like this.
Well, his head is completely. We're just gonna completely shave your head. I'm just gonna check to see if Elo let me. I am here waiting. Hold on. Did you?
And he probably didn't click on the.
No, he didn't. Okay.
So we're just waiting for our next guest.
Yeah, I'm going to copy and paste that for him and then send it to him. Okay, so hopefully he will get that and come on in. Okay.
He looks like he's moving, so. Leslie.
Thanks again, Tweed Talk. Oh, Leslie, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought I sent the link.
You did. I saw it.
Okay. So you just got to click on the link now and come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
We were talking about how you and Grandmaster Van Cleef don't have hair anymore.
No, well, I was talking about that. He probably doesn't even remember this.
Right.
Okay, because although the first time I saw him after many years after that,
mm-hmm.
he was looking at me like, I know you. I know you. Remember I told you that he was looking at me?
Yeah, yeah.
He looked at me and, don't I know you? And I don't think he remembered that. That was, that night was when Billy Blanks was another one on the panel.
Yeah.
So Billy Blanks was fighting, and he was one of my favorite fighters at the time.
Huh.
And there was two teams competing. I think it was a team from Canada and a team from United States. And it was a Madison Square Garden. And I was there with some of my students, and we were watching. One of the things that Billy Blank does is sweep. And
mm-hmm.
if you know, if you talk to some of my friends, you know that I used to be very good at doing the sweep.
Okay.
And Billy Blank was one of the best at that. So I shouldn't say was. I think I heard Michael J. White talking about that, that too. Anyway, so.
We were trying to get Elo in.
Mm-hmm.
I sent him the link again, so hopefully we'll be able to get him in.
We made everything short because we have so many guests,
mm-hmm.
and we're trying to give him enough time to talk about the movie.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that he comes in because, like I said, I saw the movie. And you should see it. Could you tell me the name of the movie again?
Sure. Okay, so he is the director of the short film Let Me Run. Yes, which is based on a true story, which we had mentioned
mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm. It's a very interesting story.
Yeah. Okay, let me go back to his email and just check. Okay, so the link is there.
Mm-hmm.
So then after Elo, hopefully we can get him in. Bryce Wang is coming in
mm-hmm.
with the actor from his film that won Best Actor in a Feature Film category. I can't even like imagine. Like I know I've been doing this for several years now, mm-hmm. but I can't imagine like sitting in a film festival and winning an award. That's gonna be my next my next goal.
Oh yeah, but you won an award for in theater.
Yeah, I won a couple awards in theater, ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple times.
That was nice. We have to get that.
I know.
So here we are,
mm-hmm.
2020, and all the pictures from the Urban from last year started popping up in my memory.
I know.
I miss going there. I mean, this is good, but I miss going there.
You know, if what am I trying to say? If there's any year that we needed social
Entertainment.
connection
Yeah.
and
This-
physical connection, it's this year.
Yes.
It's definitely this year.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Don't mind me.
And we still are looking to see. Okay.
I think he should be coming in a minute or so.
Okay. We should probably for the next one, we should have him come in before the other one is done. You know, having come in a little earlier. That
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So
We can definitely do that.
Tomorrow we could do that.
Remember when we were doing just regular Facebook Live and it was always like an issue? Okay, so press the little green person to the left of the like.
It's a motion. Yes. 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 So we see him coming in now. Hey.
Elo is here. We're going to
We're
add
gonna
him
go
to the
right
stream.
away and add him. Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us, Elo. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello. Finally. I just tried to do something. I don't know. It's the first time. I'm using this app.
Yes,
That's
yes.
okay. That's okay.
Well, welcome to Tweed Talks. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight.
No problem.
Well-
Thank you so much for an opportunity.
Oh, well, I got to tell you, I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I'm very touched by it, and the action at the beginning of that movie was really, really good.
Thank you.
Then as I was watching the credit, I noticed that I knew some of the people
Mm-hmm.
that
Right.
were involved with the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So what made you want to shoot this movie?
Excuse me, could you say it again?
What made you want to do this movie? What inspired you to do this movie?
Okay, what inspired me? Yeah. This is the real story, as you see in the beginning of the film. It's a true story. And I've been a part of that story. That's not just a true story. It is the true story that I've been a part. It was happened 10 years ago.
Mhm.
And I've been a capoeira trainer, Brazilian martial arts. Probably was a capoeira. Capoeira is a Brazilian martial arts there during
Right.
martial arts with the music. Yeah, I've been a trainer, capoeira trainer, and it was about 15 years ago. And I have a friend, one of the trainer friends. His name is Orhan, and about 10 years ago, he had an accident. He broke his neck. It was not on a sport. It was his real life. It was on a sport time, training time. And after that, I tried to help him, and we used a lot of methods to make him motivated. But the problem is, it's very hard whenever you are a sportsman and you are laying down and then you cannot move even your fingers. It's very hard to get motivated and to have to get some goal target to live for this life. That was very hard for him. And then we found the method, power of imagination method, which I think helped him to achieve his goal, because he wanted to be an action actor, or I could say stunt actor. He just did some before. When he was a normal, he did a lot of action movements, but after he get disabled, what I did with him, I made for him like a production. It was not a production for him. It was 10 years ago, and he trained, he fighted, but he thought a lot of things on his mind. But really, he's not doing such kind of things. He's doing his story on his mind. And in this film, I'm showing that story that he thought in his mind. And
interesting.
that when I write this script, I called him and explained him that I want to make a film about you and about your experiment, which he is a very person like in our country. I am from Turkey, from Azerbaijan. In Azerbaijan, we have like a TEDx, which the first people coming in front of the audience, talking his stories, trying to motivate the other people. And Orhan, the man, he is in a wheelchair, but he is very motivational person. He can inspire a lot of people to make for their life any kind of decision to get their goal. Orhan is one of the, I think I could say, is an activist, is not just a regular person. And
Right.
why I made this film, I tried to show the people that this is not necessary, that if you can move your body, the necessary thing to move your mind, to move your thoughts, to move your, I could say, in our life, it's very hard, we have a lot of option to achieve our goal. We have this is an internet time, and then if you want to find, for example, before it was 50 years ago, if you wanted to learn Tai Chi or karate, or you should find some trainer to train with him. But now it's very easy. You could go a lot of platforms like YouTube, and then you can find a lot of YouTube trainers over there, and then you could get some information, and probably you could do a kind of professional. Okay, sometimes there is not everything shown in YouTube, but
Right, right,
Right.
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 now, but before, when we trained him, it was about 10 years ago. In our country, 10 years ago, internet was not a popular like today. And that is why we made our stories ourselves. Now we could find a lot of power of imagination stories, which could help a lot of disabled people. And that
Wow.
story we did ourselves, which 10 years, after 10 years, I made that story as a film. That was like this. Inspiration is the real life.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I like one of the things that is in the movie towards the end there, when he's sitting at the end and talking about the physical and mental.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say anything about that because I want people to go and see the movie. But it's very inspirational, which is what you were saying. I also saw that our friend Grandmaster Alan Goldberg
Yep.
produced.
Yeah, Alan is my friend too. He's a friend of mine. Yeah, too.
Mhm.
Alan was over there. He was like a producer.
Yeah,
Alan
right.
was there. Yeah, yeah, Alan. And when we met with Alan, last 2 years ago, my film, oops, the other film, it was a short film. It was a I think it's a 5 minutes film. The same category. We won the same category, best five sequence. Let me show you. It was the same. This is the same
Nice.
category. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But fight sequence. But this year, what we did this year in the Let Me Run film, we made 24 awards. 24
Mhm.
awards. It's not a one award. 24. We even are finalists in the Flickers Rhode Island International Film Festival, which is also qualifying Academy Award qualifying, BAFTA qualifying, and Canadian Screen Award qualifying festival. So huge festival. We
Wow.
in Canada we have a we have a I think in Canada, in Portugal, and a lot of two time in Hollywood because of the due to COVID-19. The COVID is just closed a lot of festivals that we are just doing only live like this. Yeah.
So you said so Let Me Run was also it won best action sequence
Yeah, it
in
was the best action sequence. Yeah, for the short film category.
for the short film category. Awesome. That is awesome.
The-
Okay, and tell us what film block that's in.
Located in? What film's
Yeah.
located in?
What film block was it located in on
I think it's on the first one.
Yeah, the all the I think the main production was in New Jersey. There was a bigger factory. I think it was a factory. It was like a factory, but yeah, he was a very very good person, which gave us permit very usually, for the fight scenes, for the car chase. It's very dangerous
Mhm.
scene. That is why
Mhm.
sometimes if you want to make such kind of productions, they're asking a lot of insurance, kind of insurance. It costs a lot of money, but he was the owner of that factory, was very good person. He
Uh-huh.
helped us for that case. That is why I think it's not usual. It's very rare situation that you'll find such kind of person that gives you permit to make. Yeah, it was 3 days production, 3 days, but the
Today?
actions, yeah, 3 days. 2 days for car chase and action, one day for interior. He's speaking in front of the camera with his friend at home. He's trying to get trained for tomorrow's speech in front of the audience. That part was at home. It was a very easy part, but the hard part was outside, which we made a car chase, because whenever it's not a high budget, it's low budget project. But the low budget project, you are using CGI. For CGI, you're supposed to have some supervisor. Okay, you have a next question, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was waiting to ask that question because I saw the helicopter. And I
Yeah,
was wondering,
helicopter.
that was interesting. The shot was interesting. The setup was interesting. And
Yeah.
Alex was choreographing.
Alex, yeah, Alex is from Ukraine. We worked with him before. We made that fight choreography together with Alex. But what I dislike to do, to write everywhere your name, Elmar, Elmar, Elmar. It's not good. Whenever you did something for edit, you are writing there. Editor, example, Alex T and Elmar. Fight choreography, Alex Elmar. Director, Elmar. Lighting, Elmar. Graph, Elmar. Fighter, Elmar. Everything. That's the reason that I didn't write my name over there. But the fight sequence we did together with Alex. He has a good experience too. I did in my country. I made a lot of fighting choreography for feature films. I have all my big feature film. I did all the fight scenes myself, and I also have that experience. Actually, I came from action scene because I worked in the different films just for action scene. I made only action, action part, and then I understand that I'm supposed to make all my own action films. And this year, I think this is the end of year. I think in January to 21 January or March, between that months, I'll make my next project. But this time, I supposed to say you, unfortunately, I'm not going to make action. It's the first time that I'm not making action. Yeah, I have 6 projects. All that projects are action projects, all the projects. Before I moved to United States, I made in my country. I think I can share the link to you, to your email, and you're gonna say, yeah, it was about 7 years ago. We used only just DSLR, small Nikon camera, nothing else, and you can see the quality, how the fighting, how the camera angles. We did all that. I think that was one of the perfect fights in my career.
Okay,
That's awesome.
so yeah, one of the scenes is when the car is going backwards. That
was real. Yeah, that was real. That was real scene. Yeah, I have I'm doing all my films with storyboard. Without storyboarding, I'm not doing any kind of film, because with storyboarding it's very easy to make it, because whenever you are going to production, in the production you have a lot of surprises. Sometimes you cannot find this, because if you have a big budget, huge budget, you're gonna find everything. You'll turn, you can find, whenever you don't have a big budget, you have to be super ready for that. The storyboarding is one of the necessary things for filmmakers. I think all the filmmakers, professional productions, they are using storyboarding. For that scene, car going back, I have all the toys, car toys. I have all that. Yes, I have all architectures that I made before I've been that factory. I made the drone shots, and I know I just created the ways, the roads, which roads I'm gonna make the car chase, and then for car. I could say choreography, because it was some choreography. Cars turning around back. I did all that myself, and then we trained one time with the driver, because we all already had their stunt driver. That driver just did a lot of elements, but unfortunately we didn't have the second car. If we will broke the car, we could use a second car. That was the reason we couldn't do a lot of things. We just tried to do with the we're just doing some elements. Let's stay, check the car. Car is good. Let's continue doing this stuff. That was a little hard, to be honest with you.
The creative minds. I love it.
Yes.
So So tell the viewers how they can see your film Let Me Run.
I could say usually whenever filmmakers trying to start a script, while I'm trying to explain, the first thing I want to sorry about my English. This is not a good English. I'm trying to
It's
explain
okay.
with the different kind of stuff. Okay, thank you. Whenever filmmakers start to make some film, they have target. If I finish that film, what I'm gonna do with that? What is the
Mm-hmm.
reason of this film I'm doing that? Sometimes you can say, this is my personal project I'm doing for my house.
Right.
I'll put somewhere it's not necessary. I'm going to watch that film only myself, day by day. After a year, it's not necessary. Sometimes you exactly have plan on your mind. You're going to make this film just for festivals.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, why I made Let Me Run, it was not just for a festival. That was one of the Alan Goldberg's friend. They just talked with Alex, with Alan. We talked together that they said me that let's make some action scene, just scene. I said we're gonna spend our lot of time just for scene, and if it's not gonna be exact story, it's not gonna be interesting. We cannot put a lot of festivals. We let's spend our time for useful thing because
Ah,
sometimes you are making some action scene and then after that, okay, you showed some producers. They said it's okay, it's good. Let's talk about discuss about this after 2 years. Okay, that's nothing. You spend your time. I should say I can say this for nothing because sometimes that 2 years never goes back to you. But that film, if you are make with this story, real story, you have a starting, you have an entrance, you have a finish line, and then you can put your film as your resume. Okay.
right.
Sometimes if someone is asking to you, for example, now you could go to internet and then you can write Elmar Beyram and then you can find Let Me Run, one of my film. If it was only the fight scene, you'll never see the IMDb or Film Freeway or the some professional platforms on my under my name. One of the film Let Me Run with a lot of awards. That was
Mhm.
the reason I said I'm not gonna make only the action scene. I'll make action scene, huge action scene, but I supposed to make some story. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be start with this story and finish with this story. That was the reason that today I can say to you that it was not a whole what I did because for the film you're supposed to have idea from the first day what you are doing, but that film we had an idea to make just for fight scene, and then after that idea I made a story for entrance for finishing. This is the movie that made after all that process. That's why today I'm saying okay, 24 award, it's great award. Yes, I have only one award, which is Academy Award qualifying. But the next time when I'm making film, from the first day I'm thinking about the festivals, this film exactly for festivals. But that time I think and I hope and I believe my capacity and my opportunity and my I think knowledge, filmmaking knowledge that I can make that film that they could film could win a lot of Academy Award festivals,
Mhm.
qualifying festivals. Because in this time there's a lot of online festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Los Angeles Cinematography Award, New York Film Awards, a lot of awards. They're just doing each month. That's
Yeah.
nothing for filmmaker. Whenever okay, for the first filmmaking, okay, it's motivating you. Yeah, cool. You'll get a lot of laurels. You have a lot of certificates. Cool. I have a lot of certificates on my back. You see, yeah, that's cool. For the first day, you see, oh, I am great a filmmaker. That's a great results for me. Now, after that, you can understand. You cannot just say lie yourself. You'll understand. You're supposed to make some huge project, which you could show to everyone that this project, for example, was a lot of festivals. Which festivals, for example, why I like Urban Action Showcase? Why? What is the reason that? Because huge Urban Action Film Festival, it's not an Academy Award qualifying, but they made their projects in HBO building. They are doing the festival with the Warner Brothers. They are used. It's not just a regular thing. No one is doing, and not everyone doing that kind of things. That is
Mm-hmm.
why uh, The first time it was, I think, 2018. I've been a part of that festival, Urban Action International Showcase, and then it happened in HBO building. Yeah, this is the first thing that whenever you are just going to some kind of festival, you're seeing this is HBO building, a lot of people. Yeah, that's all serious. That there is any kind of organizations, different halls, and that's very, very good for organization because before filmmaking, I've been a president of federation, sport federation, capoeira federation, and
Okay.
I know how it's easy or how it's hard to organize some kind of event like festival because a lot of culture, a lot of people come in there, a lot of films, a lot of emotions, and then you're supposed to control all that. Yeah, in your film festival, I saw that that's why I like it. And this film, I just submitted a Urban Action Showcase. That was a good.
Awesome.
That is amazing. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
my
the
goodness.
story of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you for joining us on Tweed Talks. We have your social media info that we will post in the when we share this video, and this video will also be available for you to watch.
And
on
this is
YouTube.
live right now. So.
And it is live on Facebook. So once again, thank you, Elmar, for joining
Thank
us
you so
on
much.
Tweed
I
Talks.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye. You too.
Lou's
Wow.
English is amazing. He's passionate about his work in multiple language. I am so impressed. Oh, Daryl, thank you. Louise, thank you for joining us tonight. She made a comment about awesome. The Secret Service have great training with evasive backwards vehicle maneuvers. I bet they do.
Well, if you see this movie, you will see that that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I like the fact that he had the idea to do, because remember I told you one time I'm going to make the movie and I'm going to put some fight scene on it. So you remember you said no, don't do that.
What movie were you
No, the current movie that we planned. But
yes, I remember
yeah.
you saying that. I'm sorry, I'm just making sure that
but
our next person didn't email that they couldn't get in.
But he made the fight scene like you said.
Yeah.
And then he had a story
He built
to
the
it.
story around it. Yeah.
And that was excellent. I like the way he put it. You have to watch that movie. You had to watch. Oh, Chris is coming on. So I guess we could go with him first.
Yeah. Okay, he's right on time as well.
Oh, okay. Hey.
All right, Chris, we see you in the studio. We're going to bring you in right now, my friend.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
There, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for joining us on Tweed Talks tonight.
Can you see us? Yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You kind of remind me of Oliver King there.
One of our yeah, he does. He does. Oh, you just put yourself on mute. Just click the little microphone at the bottom. There
Okay.
we go.
Now we got you.
Okay.
So, Chris Washington, you had a few screenplays that were in the festival, correct?
Yes, I had three. Chusane, co-written by Phil Hollins.
Mhm.
Jade Mountain, written by myself, and Klaus Witchkiller, written by myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Jade Mountain, were they all nominated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Wow.
let's talk about the nominations. You can start with let's start with Klaus. That was the last one you said. Klaus Witchkiller. That was nominated for Best Sci-Fi Action Script. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
He's
I was
still-
happy about
Awesome.
it.
Tell us about that one.
Tell you about that one?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you the log line. Before he was the jovial Christmas character, Klaus's village was wiped out as a child.
Mhm.
And he travels the world, learns the hearts of men, and he gets some allies, and he winds up finding his redemption and his revenge.
Mhm.
Now, his village was wiped out by a coven of witches. They
Wow.
mine what's called pepper spice. Pepper spice keeps you young. It actually gives the reindeer the ability to fly.
Wow.
and it helps a whole bunch of other things. It's also a poison to the witches. And I don't actually mention Christmas in the film. I don't actually mention it, but all the references are there, except that I brought in a person of color named Zwarte Piet. Zwarte Piet is in the Netherlands. It means Black Peter, and he started off as a chimney sweep, who in 280 AD hung around with a Turkish monk named Saint Nicholas, and he traveled part of the world with him. So rather than make him subservient, I made him a Moorish ship captain.
Oh,
So
where did you come up with the concept of that film?
My wife and I'm born on Christmas. I'm a Christmas baby.
Oh.
And I was watching a movie called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh.
And it inspired me so much that the ending theme song, I found it, I looped it on YouTube for about 12 hours, and I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote.
Oh.
Wow.
That's interesting. We always like to ask people how they get the inspiration, because some people give up. You know, they get an idea and then they stop. But when it hits you, you just keep writing and writing and writing. There's sometimes I don't write for days. And then I get up in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have to write.
All day,
Yeah.
for days.
My wife went nuts one day. We were talking about, we were watching the Exxon oil spill. And we were talking about what they were doing to the planet. And I got so disturbed by it that I said, you know what? What if there were some citizens that had come up and handle that business if they're messing with the earth? So I created a mermaid story called Under.
Okay.
They're drilling, they rupture the underwater wall of their city. And those citizens come up to handle their business. It turns out that we come from them. The Udmin means the old ones. The Almin are the middle dwellers, and the Humin, or the humans, are what they call the lost ones.
I love that.
So those are the kind of fantasy things I write. But getting back to Klaus, that Zwarte Piet plays a person of color. There are different references that let you know that it's a Christmas story without actually telling you that it's a Christmas story.
Okay. So is the film made, or is something you're planning to do?
Well, I would love to see it made. I wrote it, but I'm not a director. I would love to see it made, though. Well,
you know, being that we're talking about it, we do have a lot of people that are directors. And
you're in the right place.
You're in the right place.
To connect with someone.
And so you directors out there and producers, I mean, just listening to it, I'm interested on it.
Yes.
I thought it was made already. You made it that vivid in my head that I already started picturing how you would go.
Yeah.
As far as Klaus goes, there's actually 6 more stories attached to that.
Oh gosh.
Zwarte has his own movie about how he came to be from being a rich kid to being broke on the street, and then being a chimney sweep, and then learning from a Muslim named Abdul Tariq that he gains his freedom, becomes a ship captain, runs into some demons, and that's where he meets Klaus.
Oh my gosh, Chris, I cannot wait until this is made. I am so excited. I am so excited to see this come to fruition. I really, really am.
I could have
Each of the characters have their own personality. There was a young man named Saphir in Klaus, and he cowered in battle before the witches, and they took his mace away and they sent him out on his own, and he lived by himself and became the abominable snowman. Now the reindeer, they actually fly, and in this, when you see the movie, you'll see why reindeer can fly. When you give them the pepper, they actually see hot and cold air currents. So they step on the cold air currents and they float up on the warm air currents. And that's how reindeer fly. Okay. And then Jack Frost. Jack Frost is the Prince of Winter. He also has his own story that I wrote. And Jack Frost, he was born, his father was King Winter. And because he was an abomination, the child was coming out breech. He called for the healer from Klaus then Klaus's mom actually comes to heal her, but part of that trade-off is that he's blue and he's icy. The king told him, this is an abomination. Get rid of this devil child.
Oh,
and he winds up growing up and becoming Jack Frost. And he gets called on, he goes to see Sun. He's on his boat. And that's where they look up and they hook up as friends. And then later on, Jack Frost goes back and he goes and fights for his kingdom, which is called Jack Frost, Prince of Winter. And he goes and fights for his kingdom. He kills the prince with a mistletoe branch. And when the Queen Frigga asked for her son's life to be spared, he prays to the gods of the snow and they spare his life. So in celebration, everybody kisses under the mistletoe in celebration of this boy being brought back to life.
Wow. Wow, let's see.
I'm just going to show this comment that just popped up.
Uh-oh. Ooh. I love listening to Chris. I believe he could have invented Dungeons and Dragons.
I believe in
That is pretty dope right there, man.
Whoa.
I believe in him too.
That's amazing. I mean, Chris, tell us about Jade Mountain, even though I'm sold already on the first one.
And then I'll tell you about Chusei right after that. Jade Mountain is the Zhao family. Liao Zhao he was a soldier who specialized in explosives. He decides to live a peaceful life and he just wants to sell fireworks with his family in Hunan. They put on demonstrations. But his wife is a cheater and she develops this relationship with Cannonball Fist Chan. They call him Cannonball Fist Chan because he punched the man so hard it just disintegrated a hole in his chest with this kung fu strike. Okay. Turns out that Cannonball Fist Chan was ejected from the Shaolin Temple when he was younger for killing a fellow student. That comes later in the series. But the Zhao family go from selling fireworks in Hunan, China, to selling opium in Deming, New Mexico, as the biggest cartel drug family in that area. If Kung Fu meets The Sopranos.
Okay.
And, and the two Shaolin monks that are virtuous warriors in China become their enforcers in the cartel in Deming, New Mexico.
We got to talk to HBO about that.
I am so excited to have you on right now.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Like these screenplays, they're blowing my mind. They really are. Just so creative and just how people just come up with these ideas from.
It's funny that you say that because after I wrote like half of it, my wife she does a lot of my research. Okay. And she actually started to research Deming, New Mexico and the Asian population. It turns out they actually did deal opium in Deming, New Mexico. So this is actually based on a true story, even though I didn't know it was true when I wrote it.
Right.
But yeah, the Deming, New Mexico became the opium capital of the Southwest at one time. So this series travels from the young daughter Chen going after the Jade Mountain, which is actually the riches. You get that Donald Trump on the Jade Mountain. That's the riches, the top of the financial food chain. That's what she was after. And the series goes from her being a young girl and learning those ways all the way up to being a grown woman and running this cartel. And at the end of the series, it climaxes when the house is burning. So it progresses into that. And the Jade Mountain metaphorically comes crumbling in.
I don't even know what to say right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so let me get on Chusei because that was written by me and Phil Collins, and Chusei actually won.
Okay, so what did Chusei win?
Action script.
Best action script. Okay, so go ahead and tell us about you.
Tachi and Aura Tanaka, they just happen to be Japanese kids. They live in Gilroy, California in 1941. One wants to be a baseball player. The other one wants to be a jazz musician. But then Japan attacked Honolulu and at Pearl Harbor, and they wound up in an internment camp. That internment camp is about 12 miles off the side of my house. And they actually lived there. And the horse stables, the horse racing thing in Apache Junction, that's where they kept them. They took all that hay and they made them make their own beds, their own mattresses, by stuffing these mattresses with the hay from the horses. But anyway, these young men, they get older and they live in the internment camp, and then they realize that they could get their freedom if they join the army, and they might get out of the internment camp faster. So it progresses from them going from kids in the internment camp to getting older, becoming warriors for America, and finally, things turn out the way they turn out. But Chusei is Japanese for allegiance. It's a drama based on the war. It's not a war film. There's plenty of shooting action, and there's plenty of anger toward the Japanese and that kind of thing. But really, it's the drama and the perseverance of the people that were actually there and the choices some of them made to get out. In one scene in that film, in that script, they hand a woman, Japanese woman, the Medal of Honor for her son who was lost. But they handed it through the barbed wire fence. To give her they gave her the award through the barbed wire fence, and she just took the award of the Medal of Honor, the highest award you can get, and she's a prisoner in the internment camp for her son who shared a mountain in the dark. So that movie it winds up becoming triumphant, but there's a lot of conflict, a lot of suffering in that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And Phil Collins came to me with that script, and he was like, I think it needs something. So we worked on it together, and came out with that, and it won. It won.
You won. Yes, that's awesome. So what? Oh man, I wish I had the money. I produce it right now.
Right now, exactly, all of them.
We got some time. I'll wait for you to go get it. I'll be here.
All right. All right. We're going to work on that.
Wow, Chris, those stories sound so amazing. So amazing. I'm just going to post another comment on here. Abby Sugraver, she's one of our avid viewers. She's Pedro's friend.
Yeah.
And she actually made another comment, so I'm going to show that one as well.
Oh, where did I grow up? I actually grew up in Queens, New York.
Oh.
I'm in Arizona now.
Arizona.
But I grew up in Queens, New York. I spent most of my time in Astoria and in Jamaica, Queens. And my father taught karate in New York most of my life, and I studied under him until I was grown. But I didn't get into writing until I was older. My wife actually got me into writing after I retired from the police department. She said, you should do something else, write a book. And I looked at how long books are, and I was like, no, that's too long. And then I found screenplays with 1 minute per page. I was like, hey, I could do that. And so I studied, and I studied, and I studied, and I studied some more, and I studied, and I studied. And then I went out there and tested it, and I got my butt kicked. And then I got back on the horse and kept going, and it got a little better and a little better, and now here I am. So thanks to all the people that kind of clowned it in the beginning, that here I am.
Wow.
Well, Louise, one of
our viewers,
and friend now, she's was a former police officer.
Yep, retired.
Yeah, it's a tough job.
And how long were you on the force?
18 years, 6 months and 3 days.
Oh, you counted it.
Wow.
I feel like people on the police force and military, they always count the days, because my sister did the same exact.
I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, 2 months and 3.5 days. Yeah, I know how it is. But the only days I remember is the day I got in there and the day I got out. I'm serious.
Hold on a second. We got another.
Yeah. Queens, yep. Queens.
Yes. We were there just last week. My wife was shooting down there.
Yeah.
She was doing one of those home shopping network things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was the host.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's Louise.
That's Louise.
She's the retired police officer.
Wow.
Yeah. She's a tough one. She also did martial arts, so you got those two things in common.
Wow. Well, you can see my three teachers back here.
That's pretty dope.
Oh, hey.
They're all deceased now, but my father is this one.
Who is that?
My uncle and my other uncle over here.
Mm.
And I started studying in 1969.
1969.
Yeah. Back when karate was still new in America. It was just really new.
I remember those days. And then I also remember later on when we used to go to the movies, and everybody, even the people that didn't practice martial arts, was martial artists.
After they left the movie.
See a Bruce Lee movie.
Everybody was Jim Kelly after Golden Needles came out. Everybody knew karate after, you know. And I grew up in an area where you had to know a little something just to get to karate school.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
I know.
And he taught in the projects.
Oh, me too.
You know,
yes.
You know, Chris, this interview is over. I just don't want to let you go. I feel it. It's like it's right here. I your energy is just coming through the screen. And
thank you. I'm so happy to have met you guys and be here. I feel blessed and completely favored.
We are blessed to have you talking about that movie. Yeah. I mean, we didn't know because I've been watching the movies of the people that we interview, and I said, "Oh, screenwriter. Oh, I didn't see that movie."
Right?
But I should write one like that. I should write one of those. The screenwriter. Right. I should write that. But I have 14 in the Library of Congress, and I have 22 treatments ready, and I have 22 of these books that I have boxes of those books.
That sounds good.
I cannot wait for those ideas and screenplays to be put into a film. I am so excited. We have all your email addresses now, so we are going to stalk you for the rest of your life.
Love it, love it, love it.
Also, I like that you I like that you call one of your characters Peter, because you know Pedro is Peter.
Pietro, yeah.
That's my name in English.
In English, yes. Oh gosh, right. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Oh my gosh, it has really been a pleasure. I'm just going to read this last comment before we let you go. Wow, police, military. No wonder you have all these stories. I was an NYC corrections officer, walked the yard at Sing Sing like I owned it. Just cause I'm from Monticello.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't walk like you own it, they'll walk like they own it.
Mm-hmm. One more.
Chris is fascinating. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to make a film with you guys. This is going to be something else.
You have our info. Just let's stay connected.
Okay. Let me make sure I have the. Let me write it down again. Can you give it to me again?
Sure. It's
Tweed Talks.
Tweed Talks 5. TWEED TALKS and then the number 5 at Gmail.
Okay. That's Tweed Talks 5
at Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
We always make sure we post your social media handles so our viewers can follow, like, and just keep up with what is going on with you and your project. So once again, Chris, we thank you so much for joining us on Tweed Talks. We wish you all the best, and let's stay in touch.
Thank you. I wanted to drop one more on you, and then I'm going to jump off here. It's called Owned. And it's about a black family navigating through 1860s Louisiana prior to the Civil War breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But they're slave owners.
Okay. So we're going to have to talk to Oprah about that.
Okay. Let Oprah know. It's about black slave owners.
Okay. Yeah. Chris, we definitely got to talk.
We definitely got to talk.
Looking forward to it.
Honor meeting you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much We love your energy.
Yes, blessings and good
And I
luck
have
to
your
you.
phone number here. I'm going to give it to
Oh, we got the phone number? Oh,
yes, I
Thank you so much, Chris. Have a
Okay,
great
you
night.
guys have a great day.
Thank you. Be well.
Thank you. Wow. Well, there's one of the people that was supposed to be on today. He didn't come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he and there's two of them.
Yeah, he was gonna come on with one of the actors from his project, and he didn't email, so we will maybe try to get him in at a later date.
Him back.
That was awesome.
Anyway,
that was awesome. We really appreciate you guys joining us on this. We are actually going to go live again tomorrow. Because we have four more people. And then we have just
some
for tomorrow.
people.
I think we have 4 tomorrow, and then
we have some on Friday.
6 on Friday. Yeah. So we're trying to get Gio Perez from Revenge of the Titan. Penny Lalou did confirm with us for tomorrow. She's coming on. Her film is Shh. Philip E. Hardy. He confirmed. The film is called Unconventional Warfare, so he's coming on tomorrow as well. It was nominated for Best Screenplay. Tom Hand, he did confirm as well, and his short is titled The Shadow Boxer. So we got former military, former police, correction officers on here, martial artists. So you guys make sure you come back here tomorrow. We are starting again at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
So come back, listen to the concept of these projects, their inspiration, and let's make sure that we follow all these talented artists.
Also,
Please.
you could watch the movie on
Yes.
Urban Action. You could go there, and we gave the link for that.
Mm-hmm. Leslie Peterson in Bloody Finch. He's on Film Block 3. We didn't get the information from Elo, but we could probably find it. Us. What is us, baby?
What is us? It's a respect that we give to each other as martial artists. We bow us.
Mm-hmm.
Like agree.
Yes. Chris, you guys already know his wasn't on the block, but his screenplays are Klaus, Witch Killer, Jade Mountain, and Chusei. Those 3 screenplays. Klaus was nominated for Best Sci-Fi Action Script. Jade Mountain was nominated for Best Martial Arts Script, and Chusei won. What was it? Best. Goodness, I'll have to look that up and get it again. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for joining us once again on Tweed Talks. We will see you tomorrow right back here at 8 p.m.
And
Demetrius. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Demetrius.
Thank you. As always, love, peace, and harmony. And we'll see you tomorrow on Tweed Talk. Bye.